Hello everyone and welcome to Galaxy 89 Cars. Today I'm bringing you an in-depth tour of a Ferrari F50 currently for sale at Joe Macari. Created to celebrate Ferrari's 50th anniversary, despite being 2 years early, the F50 was constructed to be a pure driving experience. It was designed to be as close to an F1 car as possible, and incorporated F1 technology of the time, such as composite carbon fibre, seen here most prominently in its monocoque chassis. Its aim of being a pure driving experience was fulfilled by its lack of power steering, its lack of a power-assisted braking system, in addition to its naturally aspirated engine and dry weight of 1230 kilograms. It is a return to the naturally aspirated cars that came before its predecessor, the twin-turbo V8 F40. The engine can be seen under the rear cover and sits under the rear clamshell. This can be opened by pulling a lever on the driver's side. Once lifted up, the clamshell sits on two rods that snap into position. It is powered by a version of the engine found in the 1989 Ferrari F1 car, a 4.7 litre naturally aspirated V12 that produces 520 brake horsepower and 471 Nm of torque. On top is a carbon fibre intake plenum in addition to the other carbon panels that make for a very satisfying viewing experience, but also a very rigid and light design. This rear mid-mounted V12 creates a 0 to 62 mph or 100 km/h time of 3.87 seconds and a top speed of 201 mph. The large exhaust silencers sit at the rear just before the chrome dual exit quad-tip pipe. It sits on front and back convex star pattern 18-inch alloys which are dished at the rear. They are secured with the centre locking wheel nuts. Driving control is provided through full independent wishbone and pushrod suspension that aids the car's mechanical grip. The car's stopping power comes from front and rear drilled and ventilated discs. Now I've looked at the car's technical highlights, let's start the exterior in-depth tour from front to back. On each side of the front bumper is a cool air intake for the front braking system with a small towing eye insert on the left. A thin black strip starts here and proceeds to run the length of the car. It is designed aesthetically to break up the top and bottom of the vehicle. Above these are small day running lights and indicators with the main beams situated in the bonnet above. Coming back down, the central grille provides cool air for the front-mounted radiators and sports a rampant horse with the iconic insignia above. The bonnet has been designed to emulate that of an F1 car, with its sweeping lines that join just above the bumper. The open sections on either side of the F1-esque nose have two functions. They allow hot air to pass out of the radiators and act to create an aerodynamic load running over the car. The side of the F50 sees the continuation of the aesthetic lines seen at the front. Just after the front wheel arches, there are the classic Scuderia shields, which are followed by the adjustable wing mirrors. Moving up is the curved windscreen in absence of the car's hardtop. All F50s have removable hardtops, apparently to bring the occupants closer to the open-topped F1 experience, but there is unfortunately nowhere to stow it in the car. In its place, this flowing panel with the roll hoops can be fixed. A small canvas roof is carried in the car and can be fixed to the small markers on each side. Moving back down to the sides, we see the cutaway that starts after the front wheel arches and runs into the rear intakes. The intakes break into two here, for further radiators cooling the engine bay and to cool the rear brakes. Behind these, there's a small Pininfarina badge hallmarking the car's design prestige. Moving back to the body, the sprung fuel filler cap for the 105 litre rubber reinforced fuel cell is located on the left side. Moving centrally, the transparent forehood is located. It's vented to increase cooling to the engine bay. The flowing fins of the temporary roll hoop mount joins the fins on either side of the engine forecover. These run in opposition to those of the rear wing and so create a crisscross effect. The rear wing itself is larger than that found in the F40 and has a slight aerodynamic curve on the top wing. As we move to the rear of the F50, the most dominant features here are the wing and grille. There's a Ferrari badge on top and underneath a second rampant horse mirroring the one at the front. The grille serves two purposes. It reduces weight and allows for cool air to enter and hot air to exit the engine bay. On either side are the iconic dual brake, reverse and indicator light. At the very bottom are the exits for the car's venturi tunnels that help to maximise the management of airflow under the car. Finally, we can take a closer look at the quad tips of the dual exit exhaust. Now we've completed our exterior in-depth tour, let's move inside. The F50 has a few keys for various locks, but this is the main key. It's simple and light. After unlocking the door, it can be opened by simply pulling the release up. The interior of the F50 follows in its design to be lightweight and driver focused. However, the seats were surprisingly comfortable. It's upholstered in leather and Alcantara with a carbon dash and visible carbon monocoque. There's no POV tour here, so I'll start the interior tour with the doors. The doors are fitted with one single moulded sheet of carbon to help keep the car's weight as low as possible and increase rigidity. At the top lies the lock knob with nothing ahead of it. The main door section features a leather upholstered utility pocket and door handle with the manual window winder ahead. Below the leather handle is a small door release handle. Below the window winder are 4 small strips to protect the carbon panel from entering and exiting occupants. Because the F50 was one of the first monocoque explorations, the ergonomics of entering and exiting the car haven't really been refined in my opinion. I found getting in quite tricky, but egress was more straightforward. As we move into the car, we see more of the carbon tub as well as the bonnet release catch, temperature sensor, with buttons for lights, demist and front axle lift above. Further up, there's also the first manually adjustable air vent. The steering wheel is in complete opposition to the Ferrari wheels of today. It has a minimalistic, driver-focused design and is upholstered in leather with the horn located centrally. The key fits easily into the barrel, and with 3 turns to the right the dash comes alive. There's no fancy start sequence here. From top left to right, fuel gauge, oil pressure, oil temperature and water temperature. There are warning lights running underneath. Next is the rev gauge displaying its 8,500 RPM red line. Next is the speedo in kilometers per hour. And finally a small digital display. There are 2 small unmarked buttons under the wheel that control the options on this screen. Trip, brightness, a gearbox setting and various other displays feature here, with one button acting as mode and the other as select. To the right of these buttons is the ignition barrel and engine start button. Moving up on the windshield trim, we find 3 air vents for demist that need to be manually opened and closed. Moving back down, there are 3 more vents of the same style just above the central column. On the far side sits a lonely F50 badge with nothing but a fuse box under it. Below this is a rather basic passenger side footwell with exposed carbon and rubber mat. Moving down there's a connectivity socket and ball-topped gear lever for the 6-speed manual gearbox. On top of the Golf Ball S gear stick is a small rampant horse. Moving back, there are 2 knobs, one for fan speed and the other for temperature. Next is one of the very few storage areas with the handbrake above it. Behind there's another small open storage space with one of 2 interior leather storage pockets. As I mentioned previously, I found the leather and Alcantara seats to be very well padded. They were comfortable and I imagine they'd also offer good support. They're manually adjustable with a rail underneath and side knob for tilt. Just behind the driver's seat is another small leather storage pocket with some storage space and buckles behind the seats. Moving forward, there's an interestingly shaped manual adjustable rear view mirror. There are leather upholstered sun visors on each side. The driver's comes with a small pocket, while the passenger gets a vanity mirror. So that concludes my tour of the legendary Ferrari F50 that's currently for sale at Joe Macari. Please find all their contact details in the description below. Please subscribe for all the latest content, and until next time, thanks for watching.